Hey guys, so today we're going to keep reading our book about the almost late to school. Remember, this is a little different than a normal book. Oh my goodness, I need to sit up. It's a little different than a normal book because, remember, it's about a bunch of different poems. So poems are those little short stories that you sometimes can rhyme. They don't have to be a story. They could just be words. So if you did the other activity with the writing our name down the paper, that was called an acrostic poem. So sometimes poems can look a little weird. Not weird, but they look a little different. So in this first poem we're going to read, look at those words. They are all, look at that. That doesn't look like a normal book, does it? Or a normal poem like we've seen over here. Remember how these just looks like normal book, normal reading? So sometimes poems can be in a shape. They could be in a circle, it could be a square, any kind of shape, or anything that you want it to look like. Poems have a lot of freedom. So when you first look at this, what are those words? What shape does this look like? Or what animal or anything? We just talked about it in the science review, if you watched that video. It looks like a snake. So snakes, those are reptiles. So this poem probably is going to be about a snake. So the title is Show and Share. I brought my snake to school today. The teacher said it was okay, as long as he was safe and sound and not out wiggling all around. I put him carefully inside a sturdy bag so he could hide and not be nervous or freaked out. As I carried him about, and everything was going fine until it came to sharing time. Here is my snake, I proudly said, and pulled out my dad's lunch instead. Oh gosh. So here in this little poem, look, they're packing a lunch and he's packing a snake. So when he got to school and he was ready to show his snake to all his friends, it ended up being his dad's lunch. So what do you think his dad brought to work that day? His dad probably brought his snake to work. So that was a big little mess up. But as you can see, the poem is in a snake shape. So sometimes poems can be like that. So let's read the next one. This one is called Shannon. Shannon. Shannon is shy. She's like my cousin's cat. If you try to catch her, she runs. Scat. But if you're sitting quietly, holding very still, that cat will come and sit by you, just like Shannon will. So Shannon's a little shy, just like cats. Cats can be shy. But if you sit real still and stay real quiet, Shannon will come by. So as you can see, there's some rhyming words in there, like cat and scat, shy. Let's see. Still. Let's see. This is hard. Still and will. So rhyming words in a poem. Let's read another one. This one's called Old Blue. I've been lost, tossed and flung around. Still, I've hung around. You sat on me, fell flat on me. I kept your place, played first base. Held inside what you wanted to hide. Moldy old sandwiches, that note from a girl. But now I'm worn, torn, tattered, and battered, losing my grip, and my zippers won't zip. Guess it's off to Goodwill. I'm just hoping still you'll sometimes think back to this old blue backpack. So this poem, it's acting that the book bag wrote the poem. So not a person. It's saying that this book bag is sad and tattered and torn, and it's gotten all its use. So he wanted to write a poem about how he's sort of sad. He's been put to the side. All right, we'll read one more. So this one's called The Attack. This classroom looks busy. Very, very busy. Wendy started wriggling, which started Stevie giggling. The giggles spread to Shauna, then Tammy, Tim, and True. The teacher made a frowny face, which made the giggles jump on Grace. Then Gracie passed those giggles on to Kyle and Mary Lou. The teacher said, "Now quiet down." The giggles grabbed poor Chelsea Brown, who gave them quick to Nikki, who shared them with Ben and Drew. The teacher said, "What's going on?" The giggles hopped from Drew to Juan. Juan passed them on to Abraham, who gave them to both Sues. Those giggles kept on going. They never did stop growing until they tickled teacher and made her giggle too. So everyone in this classroom has got the giggles. And I know we've had some giggles in our classroom where everyone just can't stop laughing. So it's sometimes good to get some giggles out and sort of laugh about whatever we're doing. So, but when we look at this, we've got someone dressed up as a turkey. Let's see. Got apples. There's another turkey. There's pumpkins. Someone's drawing a turkey. So, if we see all these turkeys and all the food and pilgrims, what holiday do you think they're about to celebrate at school? It's probably in the fall. So we eat a lot of food and give thanks for all the things we have. It's probably Thanksgiving. So in this class, they're probably celebrating Thanksgiving, doing some arts and crafts, and everyone's giggling. And then finally, the teacher, she starts giggling too. I think we got time for one more, and then we're gonna do a little activity. So this one's called word problem. We've done some word problems in class in math. Remember, a word problem would be like, Joe has 5 apples and gives one to Mary. How many apples does Joe have left? See, that's a word problem when you're trying to think about a story and then try to answer the question it's asking. If a train leaves the station at 2:30, going 50 miles an hour toward Kalamazoo, and Kevin, the conductor, has 3 quarters and a dime, and Anna has bananas but really needs a lime, and Anna sells bananas for 40 cents a bunch, how many minutes do we have till lunch? So is that a problem we could actually answer? No. There's so many questions that don't make sense in there. But in the end, this little boy, he's just trying to figure out how many more minutes till lunch. So that's sort of silly. All right, so all these poems are about school. So remember, it's almost late to school and more school poems. So this is by Carol Diggory Shields, illustrated by Paul Meisel. So we'll keep reading some more poems from here because they're sort of funny. Like this one, it's called Gotta Go. And it looks like he's crossing his legs that he's gotta go. So I'm gonna take you over to the whiteboard so that we can do a little activity. Okay, so this activity, what we're doing is saying something that we miss about school. So what I want you to do at home, if you have a piece of paper or pencil, or if you just want to say it out loud, I want you to write one sentence. Just one sentence about something that you miss about school. So I don't know if this will flip. It's going to be backwards for y'all. But what it says is, I miss dancing during brain break. So what you could write is anything that you miss. All you got to start with is, I miss what? What do you miss about school? Because I know I miss a lot more than just dancing at brain break. So you take that time at home, work with someone, work with a family member, cousin, friend, whoever's at home. I want you to write one sentence about something that you miss at school. So just start with, I miss. You miss what? I know I miss y'all. So work hard. I'll see you later.